So I made a little chart showing the varsity lineups for the past few years. And I just want to show y'all what the expectation is out here and what we're trying to live up to. So you can see here from last year, our slowest guy on varsity, number 7, was 1815. What were we last year at stage, like 13, something like that? So we've really built a pretty good program of success here, and we're trying to continue that. We're not just trying to be good this year, but we're trying to build a. Right there, Alex? We're trying to be successful in the coming years too. You can see the year before that too. We had Trey at the front with 1545, 1553. Then the year before that was the highest placed team in states in school history, and that was my freshman year. So you had Trey going 16-16. I think he was 9th in the state. And then you had just a great top 5 there, great top 7. So this is what we kind of built here. We've been in the states the past 3 years. So we're just trying to continue that this year. So I just want to make sure everyone's on point in practice, doing everything Coach tells them to. Just try to continue this legacy. And this was a team that hadn't even made it to the district meet. I think it was like 9 years before this team right here, where it hadn't made it out of the district meet. So it was a big deal that we've been to states this past 3 years. So I just want y'all to know how serious this is and how well Coach Lajapino has done. So if you're not going to do it for yourself, for the team, do it for Lajapino, because he works so hard to get trained and everything he does for us. He puts like countless hours just for this team. So just think about that. All right. Jared, did you want to say anything?
Amen. All right. So looking again at these charts, if we notice here for our top 3 runners here, these kids have all graduated. Nehemiah Rivers, Trey, he graduated. Josue graduated. Anthony graduated. Which required these 3 to step up. I had to step up to number 1, step up to number 2, step up to number 3, but he also graduated. So now it's to determine who is going to be our 4-5. We have a solid top 3, that's evident. But what's going to be our 4-5 is what's going to determine our placing in states, our placing in districts, our placing in regionals. And not only do we want to have a good 4-5, but we want to have a good 6, 7, 8, because next year we're losing Jackson. So when we see inconsistencies in practice, for example, people walking, people not doing the workout, trust me, this team has been built so solidly around joking around, having fun, having a connection. That's why we don't see us team members trying to fight each other, having beef, like it's like the football team. That's not what we are. We're a family, so when we see inconsistency, we're gonna fix it. So we noticed, us top 3 guys, that there was inconsistency in our 4, 5, and 6, not being able to, if there's on a cool down, we should not see you walking. And it's in our power, the team, to say, if we see stuff like that, we don't want you back next year. So I don't care how good you are, I don't care how great you're gonna be, we don't want you back if you're gonna waste Coach's time. I can tell you, Coach has spent thousands of dollars just on this training itself. You may think that he just was born like this, or this is how he is, but he has spent his time, his money, and his resources to help you guys as individuals. So if we notice that you guys are not stepping up, you guys are not being consistent with the workouts, are not, and it's not always about being good. None of us really walked out here and were the best runners out here. We had to work for the position that we were in. No matter if you came out here and you were better than another person, we've all had to work hard to get where we're at.
Yeah, like, you want an example of that? My first race, I was 27. I was 27th my first race. So hard work pays off. And you gotta just trust Coach and know when to get there.
And I can tell you, I'm gonna use Danny as an example. Danny has been one of the hardest working kids on this team. We've seen him grow from somebody that came out here and we didn't even think that he could run, to now he's a great runner. And so congratulations to Danny, and you guys should use him as an example to say, hey, this is somebody, if you're gonna miss practice, trust me, I know we all have work, we all have responsibilities, we all have whatever. You need to go have an appointment, you need to get your car fixed, you need to do whatever. Reach out to Coach. Reach out to him and say, hey, I'm not gonna be at practice, but this is what I ran today, or this is what I'm going to run. Because that's what I did. And I know it's sometimes hard, I don't do it all the time, I don't text Coach on time, but we need to start being as a team more consistent because we lost so much. If we literally look at here, these are the only 3 guys out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only have 3 guys that are left out of that 7. We lost 4 guys. And that's so crazy for a team to do. So our goal this year, and if it's not for you, because we don't want what to happen is we get to the regional meet and only a couple of us make it to the state meet as individuals. We don't want that to happen. That's not fair to Jackson, that's not fair to Thomas, that's not fair to anybody that has come out here and worked hard all year. Or Alex, that's not fair to him either. So if you're the 4-5 or you're in a position like that, and it's not just the 4-5, all of you have the potential to be the best runner out here. All of you have the potential to work just as hard as the guy next to you. So whenever coach tells you to do something, if he tells you to go on a 3-mile cool down, try to, as best you can, go on a 3-mile cool down. If he tells you you need to do this, you need to do that, yes, we're always joking around. We're always playing around, messing around with each other, and it's all fun and games until we get to the workout. So whenever you're doing a workout, hey, we can play around, we can, do things like that, but we need to make sure there's a defined balance between, hey, we're making sure we're hitting our paces and we're joking around. I would never go out to a day of practice and joke around a whole bunch and then not hit my paces. Because then there becomes an inconsistency, and that has happened to me before in practice. So I'm speaking for myself. I'm not just speaking to you guys, I'm speaking for myself because it's happened to me. Thomas?
Yeah, I think ultimately it comes down to work ethic. Like, don't go to all the trouble, put your parents and friends to all the trouble of going to all those meets and stuff if you're not willing to put in 100% effort all the time, every day, every practice.
Exactly.
Just be consistent, and that's how Jackson and Jared and I got where we are. It's not actually all natural talent. We all were pretty slow to start, except for Jared, I would say.
Jared, you're a stuff.
But, I will tell you, if you're not putting forth work, the kids who are slower than you right now will progress and become faster and better athletes than you because they work hard. So just be one of those people.
And it's not always about developing natural speed. Some of us, I'm gonna pick on myself. I came out here and I was natural. Jackson came out here and he wasn't as natural. But guess what happened to him? He's not far away from me because he's worked hard. He's developed work ethic. He's developed it for more time than I have. So depending on who you are, no matter if you're natural, if you're not natural, if you're slow, if you're fast, it doesn't matter. We care about somebody that wants to try hard. We care about somebody that's dedicated and somebody that wants to come out here and improve. No matter what level you're at. That's why we're not a team that says, hey, you make the team and you don't. If you want to come out here and you want to try, we're going to want you on our team. And you're going to become one of the brothers. So, and it's hard because, this team is not all about becoming fast. And that's why we have these types of meetings, because if it was all about becoming fast, we would just head out to the track right now and run a workout. Well, I wouldn't be talking to you guys. Jackson, Thomas wouldn't be talking to you guys. Because it's a family unit, and we work together and we build characteristics together, including work ethic, including time management. Thomas, Jackson, and myself and other of you individuals have jobs, have responsibilities, do this, do that. Some of us are homeschooled, some of us have other things that we need to do. So there's no excuse for, I can't do this, I can't do that, because I can tell you, I have a job, I'm in AP classes, and and I do this. So, and I tell that to a whole bunch of people because anything is possible. It's where your priorities are at, and it's what you want. And when you want it for other people, you'll get there. For example, me, when I was right here, 1709, I didn't want it for myself. I wanted it for them. Because I traveled with these guys, and I wanted it for them. I wanted it for all these people, and I wanted it for the rest of my team. Because I knew that next year, I was gonna have to step up to this position. So, want it for your other team members, and that's what it is. Just when I came into this meeting, because me and Jackson and Coach actually talked about it, because it wasn't some inconsistencies that we were seeing. I told Coach, I texted him that's a couple nights ago, and I said, hey, I think we really need to have a meeting about team dynamic, because when you bring the focus back to your team to realize, hey, we're all a family, we're all here together, we're all here supporting each other, and we're all running for each other, it makes for such a better team. And that's why over the summer we try to have some, outreaches with each other and be able to do stuff together, which we didn't do as much of because everybody was so busy. Everybody was walking into new jobs and stuff like that. stuff like that. Everybody was walking into new responsibilities and new travel, so it was difficult. But basically to conclude, everybody that's not on this list right here has the same potential to be on this list. Everybody does. And I can tell you that it's an expectation that we match these numbers or get even better. That's our expectation. And we don't expect anything less. Because if you want to have a varsity spot, this is our varsity. If you want to have a varsity spot, it's not going to be as easy as you think. You may have a varsity jersey, you may, tell your friends you're on varsity, you may, brag to whoever, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, that you're on varsity. I have to speak for the crowd because Nia's also here. You have to work for this. We're not gonna anymore just allow people to just say, hey, I'm on varsity or I'm this or that. And it's out of a thing that's like, we expect 20 times more of our varsity than we do. Actually, no, I take that back. We expect the same from everybody, but if you're on our varsity, this is an elite group of kids. And half of these kids are now running in college and are now getting paid to do this.
Yeah, and those top 7, that's not like a club of like fast people, that's a club of hardworking people.
Exactly. And this is a club of people that have came out every single day, every single day, and worked hard, run hundreds of thousands of miles to be on this chart. If you think you could just come over the span of actually not hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, tens of thousands. I would say tens of thousands.
No, you run about 2,000 in your life.
All right. Thousands of miles. All right. Thousands of miles. It doesn't really matter how many miles. Thousands of miles to be on this list. If you think you can just come out here and not do anything, or you can just come out here and you're naturally fast and not push or not be with the team, I'm sorry, but you're going to be off this list. I don't care how good you are, you're not invited back next year. Because this is a family dynamic, and we don't want people that are going to come out here and be negative to each other. And of course, everybody has hard days. We're serious, we'll get on you, but you can, and I can even tell this to Jackson. There would be some days that, in practice, I would get mad at you, or you would get mad at me, or somebody would get mad at somebody. But the next day, was I mad at you? Did we have beef? Were we trying to fight? Were we trying to do this? No. It was, it's a loving thing. It's like, but at the end of the day, nothing is taken on beyond the track. You know what I mean? Nothing is developed beyond the track. And that's what makes this team so nice, is because we don't beef with each other. We're not mad at each other. I can look at anybody in this room and I can say, I don't have problems with any of you guys. You know what I mean? We're going to get on you. If we see you walking, if we see you doing something, we're going to get on your ass. You know what I mean? But we're not going to, we're not going to be, mad at you or have beef with you. We're going to still say hi to you in the next day of school. We're still going to support you as a runner. But what we're basically saying is that these times right here are basically something that we need to pretty much match. You know what I mean? Because we all want to go to the state meet, and I can tell you, I still have another year at this after this year. Thomas still has another year at this. So I'm not running for myself. Because I know as an individual, I could probably get to states. But do I want to be at states alone? No. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to be at states alone. So I can tell you personally, I'm running for Jackson. And I'm running for Alex. Those are the 2 kids that I'm running for, because little do those kids know is right when I joined the team, Alex, Jackson, all these older kids, these are all kids that I've looked up to for the past years. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, it comes down to, it doesn't matter how fast you are. These are kids that influence you, guys that you ran with, graduate. It's going to be upsetting. You're going to cry. You're going to be upset, because these guys have made a lasting impact on your life. And I can tell you that these guys would be there for you any time of day. Some more than others, of course, but these guys have made a lasting impact. And I can tell you, I saw Trey and I saw Nia and his sister over the summer before Nia came back to training, and I was almost in tears, because I can tell you that these people, I've traveled with them. I've basically spent every day with them, and it's sad to see these types of kids leave. But you guys are the next generation of runners that we're building up, and that Coach is building up. And I can tell you, I think we can all agree that Coach gets pretty annoying at sometimes, but it's because he wants you to improve. He wants you to he wants you to advance, he doesn't care about himself. Because he could easily, and I know this, not a lot of you know this, Coach could easily go off to a college and what's it called, coach at a college. He has that type of credibility. He could as easily do that, but he's here for a reason because he's invested his time and his money, and I can tell you, I was the first test product of his workouts. Right when I came was right when he started implementing his new workouts. So I'm the first, official product of his workouts, and I can tell you they work if you put your mind to it. So I think that's pretty much it. Basically, this is not a serious meeting. This is not I'm getting on you meeting. This is to say we're all family. We all love each other here, and we all want to work hard together. So when you go out to the track and you run today's workout, when you go out on Friday and we go to the hotel, when you go out on Saturday and we go to the meet, when you're running, think about your teammate next to you. Push your boundaries farther than what you expected. Don't kill yourself, be smart, but do not limit yourself to the numbers and the times that you're running right now, because this is what we need. That is what we need. So, and that is any of you, honestly. That is any of you. And that could be a new kid that comes in. So do not be comfortable where you're at right now. Because at any point, Thomas and me could switch. Thomas could be the number one runner, I could be the number two runner. At any point, could Jackson become the number one runner? At any point, this is a game of times, and it's not who works harder, because me, Jackson, and Thomas, and we all work pretty much just as hard. But it's about, if we're staying consistent, if we're staying consistent, the 1, 2, 3 is going to be pretty much consistent through the whole year. But our 4, 5, and 6, those are which ones flop around. How many of you have switched jerseys within the first couple of meets?
Hey, we kept them this time.
I went from 7 to 5 to 6.
Exactly. And you three raise your hand, and I'm not specifically talking to you three. I'm talking to all you other guys, because you guys could be them, and they could be in your spot, or it could switch. Dude, you never know. Anything can happen.
Are we gonna not have a bad race one day?
Yeah, Kevin Tess was fast.
Anything can happen. I can tell you that.
But I seen
Anything
Kevin
can
come to Jeremy,
happen.
bro.
So when you go out to the track, think about working hard and thinking about your seniors, thinking about your juniors, thinking about people that have inspired you to be on this team. Because I don't think ever once have any of us said you suck or you this, you that, because that's not what type of team we are. We're a family unit. So I don't know if Jackson or Thomas wants to say anything else, or any of you guys want to say anything.
Any questions, comments?
Because I know some of you have been on this team for 2-3 years, and you know what it is to be a family, dynamic. And I know Nia has been on this team for almost, this is your 4th year, right?
Yeah.
4th year on this team. She's seen her siblings come through this program. So a person like Nia has seen many people that even I haven't seen come through this program. And it's tough for her because even her own brother is now gone off to college. But I can tell you, if I'm guessing, Nia probably uses her sister and her brother as motivation. Do you, Nia?
Yeah.
You look at them and you say, hey, I want to be like them. You know what I mean? Like, you want to strive to work just as hard as them. Is that correct, Nia?
Sure.
And I think that that's the mentality that we should all have, because we all look up to somebody, and we all want to strive to be better. So, anybody want to say anything?
Yeah, criticism. All right. Hey, so Thomas said it the other day, and he's totally right. But I mean, he goes after the tempo run or whatever. He goes, I love running, and I think that's like probably some of the best. And that's good. That's what we all should be really striving for. Not that we're like, no one's forcing anyone to love running, but I think I can't. It's hard for me to kind of say it from a cross country background, because obviously I just started. But like in triathlon, for example, I'll go into certain races, and I just placed 7th overall in a workout in a race a couple months ago. And I came into that race absolutely loving what I do and just having fun. Versus other races when I've totally bombed it, and some races that I haven't even finished, that I went into just stressing, dreading, the pain I'm going to be in, and everything sucks kind of attitude. So you gotta have that, man, I love what I do, even though this sucks. This is so much fun because I just love running. I think that's an attitude we're all trying to strive for, and it's something that's definitely pushing me through. You know, we had a hard workout we had a hard week last week. You know, we ran almost 60 miles, and then we went went to race. You know, and not everyone really improved. But at the same time, think about it. Most of us all pretty much, except for Alex, ran like the same time they did the week before. Considering we had such a hard week, that's improvement because we all pushed through mentally because we knew this is something we want to do. This is something we love, you know. And I think that's a good sign. And you know, we're having an easy week this week. So this weekend, I think we should all go in knowing that this is going to be an awesome race, and we're all going to love it. We're all going to enjoy it. This is going to be an awesome result. And you know, that type of stuff, that confidence can really boost you. So.
And not only do you love running, but you love the people that you run with. You love your teammates. You love the environment. You know, and I know we try to do the best we can with, like, if anybody's like trying to put other people down or anybody's trying to do whatever to each other, you know, we are a whole unit. So love running and love what you do, because if you do that, if you love the people that you run with, if you love what you're doing, you're going to be so much better and you're going to improve so much more quickly. So just do that. I think that, yeah, we need to get out to the track. Yeah, we need to get out to the track, but just remember that in every workout, in anything that you do. And remind yourself that us top guys are always watching for the new leaders too, the new best leaders. Doesn't mean you can't joke around, doesn't mean you have to be serious, doesn't mean you have to be a politician. We're looking for people that are funny, that are, you know, joking around, give a great environment, but also when it's time to be serious, can be serious, and that can push us next time. So let's all get out to the track.